score twice, take a charge, get a rebound, get 2 techs, and get tossed, your level of surprise would have been what?
The only thing I was waiting for is for him to take his mouthpiece out and throw it at Joey Crawford. I just didn't see Joey out there. Otherwise, if he was in the stands, that would have been thrown at him. That's my favorite moment of the season so far. Just excessive passion, competitiveness, and anger. Just love it, and that's why we roll with UD. Everybody in that locker room just has great respect and love, for him. He's all about the team. He's all about these moments. But look, he hasn't played this season, and in meaningful minutes, he just makes things happen. He's always been about that. He's always been about the moments. Seizing moments, and that's what you saw tonight.
He was throwing it at Jay, right? It wasn't Joey Crawford.
Yeah.
Of course.
He's still going with that story?
Oh, absolutely.
Oh.
Absolutely. So you guys can fight it out.
Yeah.
In the bigger picture, obviously you keep pace. I mean, Atlanta won, you're still 5. It's another good win. You beat a good team, a lot of contributions. Obviously, there's 2 games left, and at least one of them is going to mean a whole lot. But how do you like the way this thing is trending right now? And I know you don't like message games, but this game, it felt like there was a lot of extra on this game.
Yeah. Look, this is not just something that materialized tonight. We've been grinding. We've been on this grind for several weeks. And we've been trying to improve and take another step as a basketball team. I think, the stretch run when the games have, a certain amount of context and pressure and significance to them, that's what you ultimately hope that it brings a different level out of your team. And that's what, these last few weeks have done. And we're just going to continue to forge ahead. Day by day.
Thank you, Eric.
Next, we'll go to Mateo Mayorga.
Hello, Coach. What did you think of the Heat's effort as a team extending possessions? Miami finished with 15 offensive rebounds tonight.
Well, there were a lot of, things on both ends of the court, not just the offensive rebounds. Those lead to other opportunities, but the multiple efforts in general, we were there, and I think that's born out of a genuine respect, for the team on the other side. They've had a great season. And our guys knew that, we couldn't bring an average game, to this and expect to win. So there was an appropriate level of respect, and that led to appropriate level of efforts and disposition.
Next, we'll go to Anthony Chang.
Hey, Spo. I know Jimmy obviously does most of his work in the paint and around the rim, but tonight 4-4 on threes. I know that's not his primary skill on offense, but do you guys try to encourage him to take more when he's open, just to take pressure off of some of the parts of his game?
I don't overcoach him or undercoach him on that. Now he's going to be barking at me to design ATO 3-point specials for him. But the more important thing about all of that is Jimmy's just the ultimate competitor. How many times has he shown that whatever the competition in the game calls for, he finds a way to produce that. And sometimes, that's things that you may not have seen before, and that could be on either end. And that's the genius of his game.
Thanks, Bo.
And I'll go back to Tim.
Eric, I'm sorry. One more UD one. He said that if this was the end, he did say if, he went out the only way Udonis Haslem could, by getting tossed.
Yeah.
How much I know that, you've called him the bedrock. I know what he means behind the scenes, obviously. Have you started lobbying him about next year, or is that something you have to wait?
A little bit, it's not like I've been openly recruiting him, but I just continue to tell him, like, hey, we don't have to make any kind of decision now. Let's kick this down the road. and everybody knows in this building, but most importantly in that locker room, the level of impact that he has, and that's developing leaders in that locker room, and helping teach and cultivate a culture that means something to us, but it's not him just barking that out. He's rolling up his sleeves and developing the next wave of leaders in the Heat culture, and I just think that's been amazing. There's been so many amazing chapters in his career, and I've just really enjoyed watching him evolve to this kind of mentorship that is 10x. And it's felt by the young players for sure. Young players are going to remember UD, the rest of their entire careers. But the veteran players, he's had just as much of an impact, developing them, keeping them stable, keeping them growing, and continuing to evolve. And that's from his, really incredible guidance, that he can reach anybody, in that locker room, and the staff. He constantly is a mentor, to me, and the rest of the coaching staff. I don't want to think about the next phase, and I don't think we need to right now. We have enough on our plate, and I know that's all UD is thinking about too. Is giving our team the best chance, to become what we want to become.
Thanks, Eric.
Next, we'll go to Alex Toledo.
Hey, Spo, wanted to ask you, so I believe somebody asked you this a few weeks ago, but it feels like he keeps getting better. Bam on defense has just been ridiculous. He's doing everything on the interior, on perimeter guys on a night-to-night basis, blowing up offenses in several different coverages. And after what he did tonight, is there any way that we can get you to call Bam the Defensive Player of the Year?
Well, look, I just, why don't you guys say that? I know what Bam's value is, and this is probably where I'm most awkward in this position. Am I supposed to promote and market? I just think Bam is one of the ultimate winners, in this league. And we haven't won the ultimate trophy with him, but he has all of the qualities and makeup of a champion. There's been so much made about, so many guys that have come through our doors and how much they've improved from a player development standpoint. And usually those stories are told about the undrafted, overlooked, major chip on the shoulder guys that have had a monster work ethic to become something that nobody saw. And our lineage of those non-drafted stories is long. But you could make a case that, the most improved player in our building every single year, has been Bam. He's completely reinvented himself and added and evolved every single year. And that includes this year where he's coming off of an all-star season. He's doing on both ends. I'll let you guys make that case. I don't know how that all gets, worked out. I know it's a voting process, but he impacts the game on both sides of the floor in a great way.
All right, and lastly, we'll go to Mattia with Around the Game Italy.
Hi, Coach. It's Mattia. What are the conditions of Kendrick Nunn?
He has a sore ankle right now. He is going to travel with us, so we'll reevaluate him when we get to Milwaukee.